Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game features one of the best offenses in the NFL. The Bears rank in the top 10 in total offense, and they go up against the Jags defense that will need to be at its best.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Chicago Bears. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Carry for Leonard Fournette. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down. Holt. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for second down. The tight end Henry here in motion. They'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Miles Jack. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
They'll start the drive here with an end around. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
They're going to look to throw. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Here we go now. Leopard. Leopard. Over.
Back to throw here. He may try and run for this. Now the ball comes loose, and the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. So they're operating in the red zone. On first down, Holt. A throw left side complete to his receiver, Westbrook. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. First and goal from the 8. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. 2nd and goal from the 7. They'll give Fournette another crack. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Here's Fournette. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first.
Averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Room to run inside the 40. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. How about that? Their quarterback. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it.
Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holt. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pearson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. On 1st and 10, Holt. Escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 319! 319!
To throw on 2nd down. Holt over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Let's go!
They go with Howard again. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Right at the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the gun, Holt. And left side here, it's Graham. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On 3rd and 2, Holt. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. From the gun on 3rd down. Holt, and that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Telvin Smith in there to bury him for a loss of 11. On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dante Fowler in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And it'll be 4th down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Again, it's Fournette. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Fournette, a first down, still going. And all the way up to the 49. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards on the ground. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. Again, it's Howard. Oh, he's got some breathing room. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Halfback sent in motion. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
The Bears on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
As a DN, when you play the run, you don't always have to make the tackle. Just have to use the right technique to make sure the play goes where you want it to. And in this case, did an excellent job stringing this one out and making the tackle at the end of it.
And for a loss. This is Howard on second down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now back to throw. Being chased out left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Back to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, Detroit. Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation.
Now a hit and a loose football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
And the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Running left, it's Fournette. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively. On 3rd and 2, Holt. And this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Gets past one man. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A deep ball for Dotson. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
And that is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Bears on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Here we go now. No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney.
Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
Here we go now. Over.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. And now out. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Back there, Philly, here we go.
Back now at Soldier Field. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go. No, check.
They'll run it again with Fournette. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed. Watching that body. Here we go. Check. Patriot. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
From the gun on 3rd down. Holt. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
All right, here we go. 319. Watching that body. Here we go now. 319. 319. Good.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. A deep ball for Dotson. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. And even 40 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner. Get it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bears have broken the tie. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Shift together here from the D-line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holt, big hold to the 30. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Green, 39. Go, go. Set. Back to the Philly. Here we go. Here we go. Detroit. Blue, landed. Blue, over.
Throwing on first down. Holt. And this will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing again. Holt. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 48, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He's going to fire. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play there. Second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw, and that is incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he's able to get it out of there. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On the toss play, Howard, room here to run, and he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So the D-line's going to spread out.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
On first down, Holt. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Pass complete. But no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
Off the bootleg. Holt. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Obviously a tough spot here. They need a lot of luck to win this game, but still a small chance.
They've got to make sure they get the ball to the sidelines, get out of bounds, preserve clock.
Back to throw. Holt. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw. Holt. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Jaguars on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is third down and 12. Play action. Holt. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always,
listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bears, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Detroit on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.